The Volkswagen Atlas is redesigned for 2024, and with it comes a new interior, new exterior styling, a new engine. But what's sticking around is that there are two versions. The regular Atlas has 3 rows and seating for up to 7, and the Atlas Cross Sport has 2 rows and seating for 5. But the changes go much deeper than the number of seats. So let's take a look at what you get and what you don't get in the Atlas Cross Sport. The biggest difference on the outside is going to be the roofline, because overall, the height is shorter than the regular Atlas, about 2.5 inches, and then after here it just dips really aggressively all the way to the back, and then in the back you have unique styling, and also the rear bumper treatment, lower bumper treatment, is unique to the Atlas Cross Sport. And when you're looking at it from this rear 3/4 view, you do see a lot of Audi Q8, and I think that is attributed to its sleek roofline, this really trick lighting. I mean, it's super distinctive, and the rear VW badge lights up. It's something that's really notable here. But as far as other qualities of an Audi Q8, really that kind of squint and see it styling is about all you get in the Cross Sport. The Cross Sport receives the same upgrades as the regular Atlas, so that means an updated interior that's really nicely done. It's mostly at eye level here, because that's really what's most important, but there are new materials, new styling, new lighting. It's a much richer experience than the previous Atlas. And there's also a redesigned center console that has storage underneath, which is just great in everyday use. Still struggling to call the new multimedia screen and controls an upgrade. Actually, no, we're not struggling at all. The way that you interact with this system is not an upgrade versus the previous system, although the screen itself, the graphics, the resolution is much nicer and feels more appropriate, especially in this trim level that's over $50,000. But the biggest difference between the regular Atlas and the Atlas Cross Sport is in the back seat, where this is your only seat. So it's 2-row. There's room for 3 back here, and while this does recline, it doesn't slide. And that's kind of a bummer, because the Atlas 3-row, the second row slides and gives you more cargo versatility. So the Atlas has a lot of room in the second row, so you can slide it forward and have more cargo room and still not really sacrifice too much room. But the Atlas Cross Sport doesn't have that function, which is kind of a bummer. And otherwise, though, there's also less headroom because of that lower roofline. Still, there's a lot of room to give from regular Atlas, so I'm still very comfortable here in the back seat. Another thing you're not getting in the Atlas Cross Sport that you are in the Atlas is a rear climate control for backseat passengers. It's just not offered on the Cross Sport at all. So that aggressive and shorter roofline also has implications in the cargo area, where there's less cargo space than the 3-row Atlas. Now, this is still a lot of cargo space for a 2-row SUV, but it does cut into cargo space, and you lose that sliding second row functionality. So if you do need more while keeping passengers in the back seat, you don't have that option. The cargo specs have not changed from the previous version to this version, and in our testing of the previous version, we observed 44% more cargo area in the regular Atlas. So again, that's one of the hits you're going to take going to the Cross Sport. And there are a couple other ways on how the Cross Sport is different than the regular Atlas, specifically how it drives.